Hi and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to take a look at using dashboard switches with command feedback. Now most home automation devices work on a command response basis, so you send a command and you get a response back. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually process that response and use it to actually control the actual switch status. And as an example here we have a switch, and if I turn it on I expect the state to be on. If I turn it off I expect the state to be off. Now it's actually very important with home automation IoT devices because they can usually be controlled by multiple methods. I could have several control panels. I could be controlling this switch using voice. I could be controlling the switch using a mobile phone, etc. So it's important that if someone changes the state of the switch, that I actually see the state change in the control panel, or I get notified of the state change by other methods. So we're going to look at doing that. We're going to look at doing it with MQTT, and we're going to look at using HTTP as well. So you can see here we've got an MQTT switch and an HTTP switch, and that just refers to the actual protocol used to control the switch. And it says Shelly here because I'm actually using a Shelly switch. You might hear it clicking in the background when I activate it here. So the API is basically based on a Shelly API. So let's have a quick look at the flow to do this. So we've got our switch, and if we take a look at this switch here, what we do is we pass the ID. This is the MQT segment of it. We pass the ID of the switch as part of the topic, and the payload is on and off. Now that topic name and the payload go into here, into the publish function, and the function basically creates a message topic based on the Shelly API, and there is a description of the Shelly API in the tutorial, which I'll link to in the description below, so I'm not going to cover that here, but you can see here it's basically Shelly's device ID followed by relay 0. Obviously it could be more than one relay depending on the device, and followed by the command. So, and the payload stays as either on or off. Now that gets sent out via MQTT. A response comes back via MQTT, and we detect it in the MQTT node here, and I'm subscribing to that actual device itself. So a lot of times you'll see a subscribe here where it says Shelly's and a wildcard. Now if I did that, then I would have to do some topic filtering, because I would have to filter out that individual switch. So to simplify it, I'm just going straight for that particular switch directly, so I don't have to do any topic filtering, and I can feed this straight back into the Shelly switch, or shall I say the dashboard switch. Now if I look at the dashboard switch, it's set to the switch icon, shows the state of the input. So this will, if I set it to show the state of the output, you'll see the, and do it here. No, that is set to on, but it will be set to on regardless of the feedback coming back. So if I didn't get any feedback coming back, if it didn't actually switch on, I wouldn't know if I'd have set the dashboard switch to display the state of the output. So it's important that you have the dashboard switch set as I've got it here to display the state of the input, and then we're going to take into consideration the actual response coming back from the switch when I activate it. So let's switch it back and deploy it again. Okay, so that's quite straightforward. That's the MQTT part of it. Now here we've got the HTTP part of it, and again we've got the Shelly switch here, again set to show the state of the input, again sending on and off. Now the only difference here is sending the actual IP address in the topic. Now this is because HTTP forms a direct connection to the actual device itself, so I need to know the IP address. And again we've got a publish node here, and all this does really is form the URL, not the topic this time, but the URL, and with the IP address put in here, and the payload goes on the end. So you can see here that again the actual details of this are in the tutorial on the site, so I won't cover it here so much, but this is basically the Shelly HTTP API. Now, for those of you who haven't got a Shelly device and want to actually use this as a demo, I've actually created a simulator, and if you do use the simulator, then you need to use this line here right at the bottom, and you need to adjust it for the IP address of your Node-RED device and the port you're using. Generally you should be okay here, it's port 1880. Okay, well, I'm using a real switch, so I'll just leave it as that, and you can see the simulator here is in this tab here, and it's a simulator for the MQTT and for the HTTP. Okay, if you're not using that, then you should. If you're not using the simulator, if you're using a real device, then you need to deactivate this flow because it will interfere with the real flow. So let me actually deactivate it because I haven't done that. Okay, let's go back to it now. Okay, so switch goes into the function node. Now that uses the HTTP request node to actually send the command, and the HTTP request node also receives a response, so we have to process the response in the coming out of the HTTP request node, and we do that in this receive function here. And if I just get the debug node up and issue a command, turn it on, and you can see we're looking at debug 22. You can see the response coming back here. I see we've got a status code of 200, which means it was all okay. You can see the command that went out. We turned it on. What we're interested in is the payload. You can see the payload here. It's a JSON object, and what we're interested in really is the first bit of it is on is true, so it's basically saying the switch is on. And if we look at the receive node here, we pass that JSON object, convert it into a JavaScript array, and then we process that is on here. And because the switch, the dashboard switch, wants the command on and off, we have to convert it. So if the status is true, we send on. If the status is false, we send off. So there, we've done that, and it's basically that simple. Right, so switch it off and goes off. Okay, in this example I've used a Shelly switch. Now we could use any switch. If this was a Tasmoto switch, then all we need to do is to adjust the publish functions and the receive functions to take into account the API of the switch or the device we were trying to control. Before we go, I just want to show you one thing. If we change the state using the HTTP node, you notice the MQTT switch reflects that change straight away. Now if we change the state using the MQTT switch, it doesn't reflect in the HTTP switch status. Now this is because the MQTT uses a publish subscribe method, so any state changes are sent automatically and straight away to the device, whereas HTTP doesn't. And so if I want to find out the state of this HTTP switch, I have to pull the actual device itself. So if I change the state of it using the HTTP switch, the state of it is sent straight away back to the control panel. But if it gets changed using some other method, then the change isn't sent to the HTTP switch. I need to actually have some polling mechanism in here. So as part of this switch, if you're using HTTP to control things, you'll need some kind of polling mechanism to actually constantly go and request the state of the actual device you're trying to control. Because if that device does actually change, the state of that device does actually change by some other method, then it won't be reflected in the control panel that you're using unless you have got that polling mechanism built in. Okay, that's the end of the video, and if you like the video, then click on the like button. If you want to get notified of new videos, then you can always subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any comments, then please leave them below. Until next time, bye.